Hello, welcome back to Singers Back from the Dead. This is a 27 I've got, and basically I've stripped everything out, totally everything, nothing on there anymore. Um, just as a mechanical look at how these things actually work. You've got several pieces here. You've got the crank shaft, you've got the oscillating parts, which actually move the shuttle at a certain time. You've got oscillating cams. You've got the forks, which actually run off the cam itself. Uh, Very similar to a car engine in a lot of ways, similar sort of bits and pieces. And basically, I'm just going to sling all this back together again. It's all been cleaned, polished up. One thing I would say is that I wouldn't really attempt this unless you're sort of good on mechanics and know how things go. I used a screwdriver, put a bend on it, to then actually knock the end off here so that this gets pushed out. I wouldn't recommend that because I did actually damage parts of it. It should have been certainly a lot flatter for that. So basically, I'm just going to put all this back together again. So underneath, you've got the oscillating part that holds the shuttle. So you just screw that in, like so. And you can see that goes up and down. You then got the bearing here. There's two roller bearings, very simple ones, one on your fork and one on here. You have to make sure that they are cleaned and oiled, which this one hasn't been, which I'll do now, and make sure it spins properly, because if it doesn't, it starts to flatten off on one of the sides, or on both of the sides, and as a consequence it doesn't run quite as it should do. You've got two little prongs here, recess there, and basically you just put those in like so, and then you screw these in. Now these are going to have to take a lot of jiggling around a lot just to get them to take, because they line up on the dogs, so any movement that way will affect the dogs here, so this will take a little while afterwards just to set up correctly. Just get that in. And that goes over in like so. Okay, so that's in, that oscillates, and that moves the dogs up and down. It then comes to this piece, which is fits on your cam like so, goes through. As that turns, that then oscillates it, and that makes it go like so. On this there is a pointy bit at the top, a cone shape, which goes in there, and then you put the other cone which goes in at the bottom. The problem with this is that, or it appears to be, that you fill this one up, the oil then dribbles down, catches in the well at the bottom, then goes and feeds that. Not really the best idea. This was full of dirt and grease and everything. So the thing is, I had to clean it all away, and what I'll do is only oil through that one, small amount at the top, and then only oil the bottom side, so you don't get this constant oiling down. This goes in like so. Jiggle it around slightly. That fits in the top cone. You then line up on the bottom cone, goes in. That's obviously too tight, slacken it off, and then you start getting this motion. You then come to these two parts, drop of oil on each, and on that one, and it goes in there like so. What I'm doing here is just doing it very loosely, just to quickly show you. Okay, so when that moves, oops, don't need too far. When that moves that cam there. So it basically works on cams, all very clever, just to get the precise movement. You then come to this part, which is your crankshaft. There's a pin there if you want to remove it, but I wouldn't do it. There's actually a timing mark. If there's no timing mark on there, don't even attempt that. You have a flat surface there, so this has to go onto that side where the screw is, and then you screw that down. Plenty of oil on here because you've got to bang it in, and if you don't get this one right, you could cause a lot of damage. This is why I don't really advise doing this. There's no real need. This was very dirty, but I could have managed otherwise. You then oil the inside of here as well, which I've already done, and then you put this to the 1 o'clock position. You then turn that so that that will line up with that screw which is going in there. I'll just straighten this up slightly so I get a better orientation. 1 o'clock. That makes sure that the cam's flattened almost straight. Pop it in there, making sure that's at 1 o'clock. And also you've got an oil hole there as well. I think I'm right on that. Soft faced mallet starts to go in. Hard face mallet, and just going to have to take that out again because I forgot something. Just using a quick drift. I did this last time. You also have to put this cam on for your forks, which I've forgotten to do. Turn around again. Just shows you how easy you can get it wrong just by forgetting one piece. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. 1 o'clock position again. Slight tapping. That goes through the other hole. And then you get your solid one. Yeah. bit of a ring then, which shows hopefully maybe a couple more knots with that. And that shows that the oil well is there, that's gone straight through, saw the hole come through, and then here I can see where the screw goes in. So basically I should have something that turns. You see that's starting to come into its own now. Basically I'll put a screw on that one which holds the forks, which I'll get hold of. Which is that one. It's a groove in the crank shaft. It goes in there like so. Okay, that I'll have to jiggle around, but basically it's just going to hold itself in there. Then get the fork. And that has to go in there as well. So this is going to be the tricky part, getting the fork up there, which is the correct way, or down the other way actually. Put that on the cam, like so, and this bit joins to that bit, which has a screw, which has also got a cam on it. Bolt there, drop of oil, and tighten that up. As you can see now, when you get it all sorted, that should turn and move that cam. Now, why it's not doing that? as always, you've got to fiddle with these quite considerably, and then they will lock in.
It's 11:45.
We've got the rudiments of movement. It's starting to turn. All this just basically needs all setting up now, and then we're away. Bottom bit, we start to like I say, we just need all realigning, and then you're away then. That's basically it for that one. Then I would put that back on. Right, so put the pin in, then I can put the flywheel on. I have to put this part in. This is for the actual sides of stitch. That goes through a screw with that, and then throw all this end back up in together, which I've shown previously, and then you're away. Cleaned up the knob as well. That came out, so that will fit in there, and that basically for the adjustments of the stitch length, that piece goes on there. That goes with the little bearing, that goes on there, and then that starts moving. I'll just carry on what I'm doing now and then show you how it's all basically come together with a later video. Thank you very much. Bye now.